my money right. If you wanna talk it, you should know that I don't want to. If you wanna step up, you can step up and get up tonight. If I know who did it, whenever, okay, you know the right, 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 right.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to this second part of the state championship. My first one, very first one, and I had a blast. I had an absolute blast. Wanted to take you guys through the process of finding these fish. For me, this second day, I have to apologize. I could not run a back camera because it was forecasted to rain the entire day. That camera's not as waterproof as my chest cam, so we just ran with the chesty all day. So I'm gonna show you some footage from practice and me finding these fish, going all across the lake to do so. We're gonna talk about that live scope game and why you can't just go out and just point and shoot fish all the time. You gotta find some good quality fish when it comes down to these heavy hitters in Georgia Bass Nation. So let's break it down. Sit with me for a little bit, and hope you guys enjoy this one. Like, comment, subscribe, because we got a lot more coming this season, this off season, and the next regular season. Let's see what we can do. What's going on, guys? I'm playing. We out here. It's 9:30. It's day number 2. Started off in 8th place. Yeah, it was, like I said, a couple inches to call up to 3rd place. So rain's supposed to cut off at 11 o'clock. So it might be even earlier than that, but we're out here. We've got 2 fish so far, a 16 and a 13.75. So the fish in my first spot did not pan out. I'm gonna leave them alone and see if they replenish in that spot for the afternoon bite. I did find them there one afternoon, so it might, be an afternoon thing today as well. And with this cloud cover, they might be just moving around the lake a lot. So, gotta find new fish. Gotta find new fish. Hooked up on a big spot. Oh, please don't pull that hook. Please don't pull that hook. Yes. First cast with that crankbait, and I mean, he went and got it. It's a 6-cent C15. That's the 17 I was missing from yesterday. It's a 17-incher. He might go 16.75, but that's close. Whew. Alright, guys, so let's break it down. So on the side of the screen here, I'm going to show you guys where I found my fish actually, and how we pretty much processed it. There was going to be a pretty good bite, a big bite at least, for this area at a certain time. Getting out, I probably tried about five different creeks between 3 different practice days. Then I traveled probably 30 miles on the lake between my practices. I really did about 30 miles, So I wanted to find an area that I could comfortably whale on some fish and just cull up. But I wanted a standard 17-inch limit. So I based my practice area on finding a limit of 17ers that I could build upon, and find an area that was close by that had some bigger kickers in that space. So I got out here. I found them in this area that I'm going to point out right here. On a practice day, found them in a big concentration, big school that was out there, probably 200, 300 fish. And I knew this area was kind of set up for them to stay. If you guys know about spotted bass can be in one area one time in a whole completely different area of the lake in the next day. They're kind of like stripers out there. They're roamers. The ones that I typically am targeting. I'm targeting more pelagic fish. I'm just putting the cards in my pocket to be in the area when when I think that they're going to be there. So I definitely came across this group of fish that first day. Only caught a couple of them out to school, but I noticed that they had abundance of food. They weren't really traveling pretty far. They were moving around, but they weren't really moving away from the spot, just doing a big orbit kind of. So I kind of left them alone and came back a couple of days later, and I think I saw the same fish that were there, but they were kind of spaced out. And like I say, so I'm looking for that 17-inch average. I was out there catching fish from the time I got to the lake to the time I left the lake. But this particular area pretty much averaged that 17-inch bite. And, it was a lot of work. It's a lot of work to find fish and be confident in the area and come back on it, not kill it too much, and just figure things out. So that's typical. That's just what we did. So after I went there that second day, I did catch some more quality, actually bigger fish. I caught like an 18-inch limit that second day, and I left. I left and found some more secondary areas that I could pick apart that still held some fish, quality fish. So the third day, I come down and I did a big a broadened search that third day, just to find where the concentration of bait was throughout the creeks. If I put up this bigger picture of the area, you can see some little creek arms that kind of split off, and I found most of the bait in the mid half of the creek. So I kind of baseline that middle of the creek thing on how my primary spot could be, because it was just kind of like a horseshoe bend. You can see how this water comes up and hits this bluff wall and kind of just shoots right out at a 90-degree angle. And the fish were just held right here in this little pocket, just doing what they do. It was fun to see. So I came back that third day, and I eventually made it, after trying those creek arms, eventually made it to my primary spot. And the fish at this time were crunk. They were really spread out, different groups of 10, but in this same area, in this general vicinity right here, they were just spread, and I knew it was time to get on them. So they were roaming, busting on bait. The turnover is actually going in this section. I'm going to post a clip right here. You can see me letting go of this 1825. And when I put them in the water, you can see the turbidity of the water, the bubbles that actually foam up. Oh! Oh! $18.25 right there. We're getting out of this area right now. We're gone. Oh my God, they are here. What time is it? 8:30. All right, so after I caught that fish, that was actually my fifth fish in 8 minutes in my primary spot, and I had, I believe, like an 86-inch limit. Nothing crazy, but I knew I could make it. I could bump it up if I spent time on that spot. But caught 5 fish in 8 minutes when I got down to that spot, and I immediately left. So these are the things that they don't tell you about live scope. You know, people actually put in the time and the work to find these areas. And so I'm gonna take you through a couple of baits. When I did that 5 fish in 8 minutes, that was a good topwater bite. I knew that the popper was excelling in this turbidity of water. I didn't try a spook, but I knew that the popper was pretty much the deal for me. I had some real early practices in September, early October that yielded like 20, 30 fish all on this popper here. So I knew this was probably my key. Going into the tournament day, I did change this back hook. They shredded this back end of the original hook. But when I go into my tournaments, I change all my treble hooks and just so I can be clean, fish clean. Didn't miss that many fish on the top order. When we get to the jerkbait, what we ended up doing and finding is that fish were still in the bait, but they had pushed the bait kind of to their terms in the shallows. They weren't blowing up on the bait, just in the bait balls, just having their way because the bait was not moving. So I kind of kept that in the back of my head. I knew the bait wasn't moving and the fish weren't blowing up because they didn't have to. They didn't have to chase them. So I just started to make my way around and find concentrations of bait, and lucked up on a bunch of points that had fish in them, a bunch of fish in the bait, and they were just chewing. So I picked up a jerk bait, just trying different things because they would not want to come up for the top order, and the running that Damiki through them like I was for day one wasn't really helping. The wind picked up, and that's what led me to pick up that jerk bait and say, okay, I'm gonna piece it together with this, and that's what we did. I missed some key bites because I did not plan on that jerk bait bite to pop off like that because, you know, I'm out there. It's I had been top ordering jig and minnow, you know, were my successes for this tournament, and did not count on that jerkbait being a key factor. I picked up the jerkbait, found some of those points through those bait balls, and watched the magic happen. I'm gonna post some clips right here to show that I did not change those hooks, like I said. So I'm kind of bummed out about it because I could have coiled up a couple of times from the misses that I had at the boat, but we'll show those here. That one on that jerkbait. Yes, 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 yes. Jerkbait bite on this lake in a while, so I think it's post frontal, and they'll definitely get on that jerk. So let's see, where my phone at? It's a 17-incher. That's where we've been catching all practice. That's my key to staying consistent right there. Finding those. So gotta keep it in my hand. That one not gonna do no 16, so don't hit that. Through the bait. Wasn't that big though, but yeah, they definitely want a jerk bait right now. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on, let's get Oh, come on. That might be better than 16. Yeah, come on. Come on, come on. It might be better than 16. Good grief. 16 and 3/4. Definitely need you, bro. Might be some more right here. Oh, come on. Oh, that was right here at the kayak. They small. Keep grinding. I got a color 17. Got a color 17. 16 and 3/4 again. This might be big. Oh. No, you idiot. I'm an idiot for that. Repositioning the boat because we're about to get on this school again. They repopulated in this bait. See if we can get them on that jerk bait again here. Should get bit. Should get bit, yep. Might be over. Might be over 17. Nope. Nope. This is another 16. This is another 16. Yep, 16. Get out of here. Yep, came back to this bait pile, and the bait is definite. I mean, the bass is still in the bait. It's still actually right down there now. Let's see if I can get another one right here. But, yep. Get fired up. Yeah, he said, no. He said, hell no. I just saw what happened to my buddy, bro. That's a school out here. Here they are. Damn it, and here comes this boat. Here they are. Come on. There's got to be a school in here, like 18 somewhere. That was close. Yeah, that's another 15 or so. You know, outside of the jerk baits, of course, I had the jig and minnow going. That kind of saved me for day 2 as well. It did key me in on a couple of key bites. God, oh my God, that is a... Is that a largie? That's a largie. Look how fat this thing is. Look how fat and short this guy. Oh man. I thought he was a striper on the scope again. I've got to call this guy. That's crazy. We did hold true to what I said. I wanted us to maintain that 17-inch average throughout the day, and I did accomplish that. I dumped a couple of 18s or 19s that could have really pushed me up, but this bait right here, this jig and minnow, is a staple for me for Lanier. It's a GraphShadz by Zman. It's a line through jig and minnow, which is really cool. This is the original one that I've had. I've caught probably 60 fish on this one minnow in the same bait. The same jig and the same minnow. So I love the plastic that they use. That TPE plastic really does work. Holds together, catches a bunch of fish. That is the 1/4 ounce option. And then I've been running a deeper Damiki that really helped out a lot too. You're gonna see this one is that 2-tone color. I had a lot of success in my practice with that. I forget the name of it, I'm sorry, but I will try to link it in the description down below. But that's a 3-inch Damiki two-tone that I was referring to. Caught a ton of fish on it during practice, and for the tournament, they completely flipped the script. I didn't catch a single one on that one. I had to throw the clear 3-inch one. It's all clear with like a bluish pearl in it, and they really loved it. So that is a 3/8 ounce head, so I can get to those deeper fish. I can get to those fish when it's windy out a little bit easier as well. You gotta match your gear to the conditions. You know, first day was not that crazy. It was, I could throw a top water anywhere and get them, but that second day that wind came up, that top water, they wouldn't see it in all that chop, and you probably needed a spook for that. They probably would have ate that. But breaking it down with the jerk bait, they were really on that jerk bait. It was really fun and enjoyable. I got some good catches, and I'm going to break it down and show you guys what we were left with for the ending results with the video from Georgia Bass Nation right here. Pull it in.
All right, in 7th place with 175.25 inches, Kendon Townsell. Kendon, we appreciate you coming out, man. We first off, you got anybody you want to thank for helping you get out here this week?
I got to thank my family, my job also for letting me do all the practicing that I do, and
jobs
thank my
getting away.
sponsorships too. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
My sponsors that also help me out and pay for some of this stuff too. So thank you guys. Yeah. New Canoe and Railblazer.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, you had 174.75. You had an 89 and 85.75.
Yeah.
Were you in the same area doing the same thing, or did you have to move to find day 2 fish?
So I did have to move to find day 2 fish, but the fire sale was pretty much yesterday. So I burned down the house, and I thought I'd be able to do the same today, but they were all gone. So I had to come up with a second strategy, and I found most of my fish up on some points, some wind-blown points, and got on them with the jerkbait.
Were they shallower than yesterday?
Much shallow. Yeah. They were pretty much pinning up bait right on some points with some little shallow coves.
Yeah,
shallow pockets.
Because a lot of people kind of wondered. Yesterday was pretty good weather, and then today it was going to turn off bad.
Yeah.
So, you know, they say when it gets cloudy, you're supposed to go chasing, and when it's sunny, find where they're hugged up at. You know,
I haven't had a jerkbait fish in quite some time out here on Lanier, and today was crazy with the jerkbait. But for practice in the last 2 days, I've caught like over 60 fish on top water. So top water was my main thing.
Dang. That's when you want to thank all these people up here talking about catching 30 fish, 40 fish, 60 fish. Golly, I can't even catch that many crappie, you know? So, yeah, that's great. Well, we appreciate you coming. Hope to see you more next year. You did pretty good on Notley. So, we thank you for coming out, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
So with all that being said, with the tournament wrapping up this season and everything, I probably will not be entering any tournaments for next year. We got some things coming along the lines with the instruction that I'm doing. You know, people that are reaching out and saying that they have really valued the trainings that we have done and are sending a lot more people my way. So I could not be more thankful for that. I might step into a few, depending on how I feel, but with how certain things have kind of fell out with this tournament, the state championship, I don't feel like I need to explore that route for next year. Who knows? I'm not gonna say what, but some people have kind of rubbed me the wrong way about, what they're putting out here and the growth that I've done with the tools that I have, and the people in the comments about the live scope and all, and nobody wants to learn it. Nobody wants to put in that time and be proficient and think about all these things, because live scope is kind of easy, but when you're putting it together for a tournament, you have to strategize. It's not like we're on a boat. We could hit 96 different waypoints in a day and do it that way. In a kayak, you don't get that opportunity. You have to pick and be very delicate with your time and know when to show up at the right place. So with all that being said, I want to reach an audience that appreciates that, and I don't think this is the time for it. So we're gonna get into some instruction and see a lot more river content, which is more enjoyable anyway. I like making more river content, so that's what's on the way. If you like this one, comment down below what you want to see, what you enjoyed about it, what you want me to break down further. I'm more than happy to do so. You see, I don't hide anything. All my spots are right there. So just hit me up. We're going to continue to enjoy this ride. I make content because it's what I use, it's what I love, and the people that work with me are truly family. So one love. We'll see you soon. I got 'em.